friends, thank you so much for joining me today. In this video, we're going to use some things that I've kind of been putting off using. I've had some PR recently that I've received, and maybe there have been a few things I've been a little bit skeptical about or just haven't felt like, okay, I can't wait to jump into that stuff. So I thought, let's use it today. For example, Laura Mercier has put out like a mint green ultra blur powder. I love ultra blur, but how's this green one going to work for me? We've got a new Dream Sheen brow glaze. ColourPop sent me the Little Mermaid collection, and some of this stuff has me a little intimidated. Should I get out of my comfort zone? Definitely, but you know, Ursula says it's time. Buxom has new lip liners, and I'm excited by new products, but at the same time, I'm like, I really thought Buxom had great lip liners going before. Are those still going to be around? I'm not sure. So just a few things I've got that vibe about. The couple of things I already have on my skin are Maybelline Super Stay. I wore my deeper of the two shades that I own. This is 130, and then I've got on the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear. That's in the shade Ivory for my concealer. Then I thought I would try the setting powder. So this is the little handout about it. Doesn't that ice cream look good? But they say you can apply it over skincare actually to neutralize redness on bare skin or layer over makeup to lock in your look. Key claims are that it's going to color correct, it's going to improve your skin barrier with hyaluronic acid, and that it is ultra blurring, it's talc free. Redness isn't really one of those things that I feel I struggle with a bunch with my skin, but I don't know, maybe I'd like this powder. The ultra blur formula is truly one of the best loose powder formulas out there, but this is very green. It doesn't talk a lot about being an under eye setting powder, but that's the phase of makeup where I'd use a loose powder, so I'm just gonna kind of roll with it. I don't think it's gonna be like wildly green. And then I'm gonna set all over my whole face. Lightly with it too. I'm not gonna use too much. Now in the hard candy powder I used recently, the one that mixed the lavender, there was a little green in that one, you know, but that was the part of that powder I didn't really utilize. Get a little bit here to the cheeks and then we'll dust away and kind of see what we're left with. Take my Morphe under eye bullet brush. So we're gonna go around T-zone. Maybe this would be good for a person who battles redness a lot and maybe their coverage products that they like to use day to day are lighter and they don't always tackle the redness well, but they could use that one extra step that would be a little bit more corrective. As you can see on me, not wildly green, it was able to set my under eye as well. I've just got it gently setting elsewhere. I felt like I had pretty good coverage today, so it's not like there was a lot of redness peeking through. But one thing's for sure, this is a phenomenal formula. If you don't need the mint color, you might really just like the regular. Just the texture of the powder alone, it is sneaky, it's blurring. You put it around your nose, you're not seeing pores whatsoever. It kind of has a blurring effect on fine lines. Okay, I'm gonna continue on with a couple steps and I'll be back. Alrighty guys, I just put on some blush and bronzer. Nothing super new here. I mean, relatively new, but not as new as some of the things in this video, but it's my Catrice Butter-like palette here. This is in the shade Shape It My Way. Shape It Whose Way? Shape It My Way. I love this. I love the texture in here. I like the two tones. I feel like I can get my bronzer exactly how I want it to look. And then this is the Catrice Soft Blur Powder Blush. This shade is called Pink Positive. It's kind of a warm pink matte. If you saw the Catrice video I did fairly recently, I talked about these and more new Catrice goodies. But we're gonna move on to some highlighters here. So these are from the Little Mermaid collection. Look, they're called multi-chrome highlighters. They came in adorable little boxes. One's got flounder on it. It's called Not a Guppy, and the other one is called Soft Shell. Not a Guppy is the greenish looking packaging. I'm gonna swatch these. They just look really cool, but at the same time I'm a little intimidated. Like, I'm gonna wear this on my cheeks. Okay, there is some sparkle. There's Not a Guppy. Can you see it? Really catching the light. It is making a shift from looking a little bit pinky purple in one way and a little bit greenish another way, just as I tilt it in front of myself. And then the other one, let's see that. That's gonna be warmer. It's looking more golden, shifting gold to peach to pink. It's there right under the other one. I swear I did a long swatch. It's just only gonna show up at certain moments as it's the light. I can tell there's some chunky glitter within these, but that was like a thicker swatch on my hand. I'm curious to see how it applies with a brush in my usual method. I'm gonna try this one and we'll just see. I just sucked a piece of glitter up my nose. I'm wondering how thick it's got to be applied to really enjoy the multi-chrome idea. It strikes me as something that might be more effective like an eyeshadow because I'm just seeing the glitter. I have a fine dusting of glitter right over here, and looking up close at it, I don't love that look. It's not really highlighting. It's like the sheerest form of glitter, like you didn't want to put glitter gel all over your cheeks, so you just did a fine glitter, is what this feels like. Okay, just have fun with it, Em. Okay, fine. I do think these are a cool looking product, but to really take advantage of the shift, I think it has to be applied really full on, almost the way you would put an eyeshadow on, right? In terms of other new things in this collection, they have a flounder hair clip, and they have a cute little mirror here. I'm gonna open this up. We really liked, by the way, the live action Little Mermaid. We saw that in theaters. Everybody liked it. It's a little sliding like shell mirror. It's got the protective seal there. Should we peel that off? You know how I love doing stuff like this. That's cute. That's really precious. Another new thing that's come out. So Milani put out this Make It Last Moisture Boost alcohol-free longwear setting spray. I feel like Make It Last in itself is really, really good. It's definitely toward the top for me in terms of drugstore setting sprays that really work, but they've got a new version with a moisture boost. Here's my beef with the idea of a real moisture boost coming from my setting spray is like, I don't know, I'm not always looking for that. And sometimes that added moisture boost at the end is what's going to make my makeup sometimes look a little less flawless, you know? I don't know. We're going to try it though. Get some mists out here. How much moisture does it look like it's going to give? I actually feel like that changed the appearance somewhat on the surface of my skin because I was fairly matte all over with that loose powder. Now I actually have a bit of a dewy feel. I'm going to give myself a couple more mists, see what I feel with that. Feel it right there, just laying down on the center of my face. I can confirm that this is a mist you're gonna continue to feel on your skin. You know how some it's like, okay, I'm set, I'm not feeling it anymore, it's just kind of immediately drying. For my really dry skin peeps out there, you do feel, and I think I'm noticing in the mirror, an added hydration effect. This is the type of product where I'm gonna have to experiment more, I'm gonna have to pair it with some different looks, see how it goes today, because this is not just a moisture boost product, it's still part of the Make It Last line, which is longwear. And if you're thinking that looks similar to something else new that Milani put out, they do also have that Clean Start Prep Step hypochlorous acid facial mist. So that's more like part of a skincare routine, and this is your ending. But I'm gonna fill in my brows real quick, and we're gonna try this brow glaze. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like that. Friends, I just filled in my brows with my Benefit Precisely My Brow Pencil shade 4, and then this is the new product from Benefit. So this is actually it on this side. This side says Good Brow Days Ahead. It has the Precisely My Brow Pencil, the new thing, and then it also has the 24-hour brow setter, which is not new, but do I need to set my brows yet again on top of this? I don't know. This is a tinted brow glaze. I have the shade Deep. They say it's mess-free. It's a dual-sided applicator. One side is flat so it can load more product, and the other side is the brush that's going to glide through and coat evenly. Just 3 shades that it comes in, light, medium, and deep. 12-hour wear and shine. It's waterproof, smudge-proof, instantly sleek and polished brows. Okay, so you got them filled in. And then this is the Dream Sheen Brow Glaze. And I can tell just by looking at it as I take it out, there is kind of a transparent quality to the tint here. It's not like a fully opaque brow mascara type of thing. And the brush almost looks like a really short toothbrush. It is totally flat, as they said on one side, but then the side with bristles is a little bit more flat. You know, it's not just a comb. There's a little width to that. Okay, let's get in focus, and here goes. Okay, I shouldn't have approached the inner part first. I got a lot on there. Even though this is sheer, this is dark. Brow glaze. Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna have to hit that with a spoolie. Let's start on this side now over here. Now that I got some off, I feel like that's doing a pretty good job. Now I can maybe go back through. It's still really loaded here. Spoolie. Clean spoolie. Oh, I feel like I got really loaded down with goop. I can't imagine going on top of this with yet another thing, like the 24-hour brow setter or whatever. I can tell this has some hold in it. And this brow in particular just has a ton of product. I'm trying to barely touch my brow with that little brush and just get a little separation. I don't know, guys. Did we need this product? I feel like on this brow, I got a less goopy application. And what I'm seeing is maybe just a little bit darker tint to my brows. I don't feel like they're all that shiny. That's not really the effect I'm getting from it. I wonder if the idea is it could be a really effortless product for people who don't need a lot in their brows. So you could just rake this through and kind of even out slightly. But the thing is, there really is a good amount of goop in that rubber bristle brush. And it's not really something I think you're gonna easily swipe away. I guess you could dab off onto a tissue or something, but there is a lot hanging out on that flat side too if you would need more. This product to me seems just a little hard to control. It's a good thing it's not super opaque. I'm not writing it off completely, but I'm not in love. Next up, you know what we're gonna do while I'm doing the eye look with that mermaid palette? I'm gonna put on some of the mermaid glowy lip oil. Find your voice. Because I know there's gonna be some other stuff that we use, but naturally oh man! I was about to say I'm a little hesitant about this. This looks like so cool in the tube. I thought it was just gonna be green. Oh man, it's like a little surprise. They covered up, the packaging covered up the pink part. Oh, that's neat. But what's gonna happen to this as you keep using it? You know, are those gonna mix and become like, I don't know, a brownish color? Not a lot of smell here. I think it's just gonna be transparent. There's a few little like glitter flecks in it. Feels nice, texture's great. I like the applicator too. It's got like a little bit of a flat surface and it's set back a little. I can't guarantee how long it's going to stay looking like that with the top being greenish and the bottom being pinkish, but that was a fun little surprise. And the packaging is very cute. Just going on looks, my favorite two things in this collection would be this little mirror, and I think this looks very cute alongside the mirror. They both got that little like gold aerial silhouette thing going on. Those would be cute little collectible pieces in my mind. I'm going to pop on some eye primer and we're going to do maybe a fun eyeshadow look. I was about to pull out a color to wear today and then I thought, oh, you don't know what direction you're going to go with this eye palette. Better keep it neutral. This is e.l.f. Lock It Down Eye Primer. So under the C, this is what our outer packaging looks like. Palette inside echoes that same look. I feel like ColourPop palettes tend to be really consistent. It's just kind of like, is it a shade range that you're gonna really truly love? We've got a yellow in here, a little bit of very classic neutrals. We've got navy in here, bluish pops. Let's play. First off, going into gadgets and gizmos. You knew it was probably going to start there. And I'm just going to get that in my crease. Get a little something going here with the Profusion crease brush. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got a video of Biddy singing that song at the kitchen table when she was really young. This color called Golden Shell looks super pretty. Oh, it felt like a cream. Really pretty, fine shimmer. Beautiful golden shift there. We're gonna do Unlock the Spell. This is a little more pinky, but similar depth level, I think, to what I just put in the crease. I'm just gonna use that to go over top, just see what she does. Really easy shade to blend back into your skin. I had mentioned enjoying the live action Little Mermaid, but everything with this collection really seems to be focusing on the classic cartoon version, animated. I'm gonna take a little bit of Sea Witch. Now this has some shimmer. It looks like a burgundy with a little bit of pink shifting copper shimmer. Can I just lay a little bit of that here into the outer crease? Have some fun with it. There's a lot of brown in that shade, which I guess you can probably tell from being in the palette. But it's like a brown with a little burgundy splashed in. And applied with a brush like this, you're not going to see a ton of the sparkle. You could do a real basic look with this palette staying in the comfort zone shades. But one thing about me is I do like a good navy, and I'm going to use that. I'm going to take out my flat brush, my M303, going into shadowy layer down here. This is a matte, by the way. This is matte too. But this one right here, this really pretty, like rich royal blue. It might not even be a full-on navy. I'm patting that on the outer part of my lid. I would kind of prefer to just look down into a mirror here, but I'll use this little mirror. With ColourPop shadows, I feel like you can really count on strong pigment what you see is what you get types of shades. Where things can get a little bit, you know, questionable sometimes is in certain shimmers I've had in some palettes. It's like, is it gonna look just like I see in the pan, or is that going to be like really sheer and glittery glazy? You don't always know with stuff like that, but boy can they crank out a solid matte. Like, look at that blue. And some really pretty shimmers as well, don't get me wrong. It's just ColourPop will play with texture quite a bit. Okay, I've got that in. What I'm thinking I'll do now is take some of this matte, but with my small pointed brush. So this is the one called Dingle Hopper. And I'm gonna take that up in here. Wow, I laid down a lot. This is super potent. And I'm kind of like, I'm going above the blue, and I'm in the crease here. You might see that green and just not immediately think crease color, but there's depth with it. And it's kind of doing what I hoped it would do, which is just fading out from the blue. I'm being a little slower to build it up now that I know the pigment level over on this eye, but we do have to make sure we're equaling what's going on the other eye. I think this is a really pretty look so far. We've got to add some shimmer. We've got to get some shimmer going on that lid. I think this Secret Grotto shade looks so pretty. Oh my gosh. That's one where I was thinking, is it just going to be a flaky shimmer? No, it's really seeming like it's hanging together. And then that next one beside it, that's called Merfolk right there. A little bit of a shift, looking light green, looking maybe a little pinky golden, like it's just shifting all over the place. For a more earthy toned look, sorry if I'm covering it up, but there is that one there. That's like a softer pink. And then up in here, this one, ooh, looking very cool and actually icy, but might also look pink at times. When you gotta give 2 or 3 color descriptions to every color. They're fun though. What I liked as I swatched those was that they were hanging together. They weren't just looking completely sheer. Okay, I first need a sip of coffee. I've got to use Secret Grotto. This is my Morphe M302, so a little smaller than the 303 that I used on the outside part of the eye. And we'll see how this shade really picks up with a brush and lays down, because I'm wanting it over like the inner half of the lid. Okay, are you going to require a finger application? I think she might. Getting it on my finger. It's giving you that really pretty, like, looking more greenish in application than blue, actually. Looking real, like, turquoisey. See that? Ooh, she is fun. Just your average Wednesday. I'm thinking this is looking really beautiful. Is it time to just buck up and have more fun with the eyeshadows in? Yeah. Wow. I'm just like putting it on and putting it on. And then I'm going to go over to Merfolk, get a fresh finger. That one looked even more, oh, did you see that? It's looking more pink. I'm overlapping and I'm getting like a pinkiness right in there. Oh, really cool. This one looks greenish. This one looks pinkish. See? Sorry, it's hard with my finger. I almost wish I was putting this on with a brush because I think you could watch it lay down better. Here I just have to kind of take my finger away so you can see what I did. But that is super pretty. The fade of those two shades. I'm even going in a little further just to give that shade even more space to play. Oh, it's really fun. As it turns out, this is a super fun palette. Here's what I may do. Small pointed brush. Maybe we just kind of tap, tap, tap in between and use that for lower lash line definition. The palette's really fun, guys. It's like, are you gonna play with these shades on a day-to-day basis? It makes me want to. It makes me want to say, heck with the idea of natural eye looks. Let's have some fun, doggone it. I don't care where I'm going or what I'm doing. This was an enjoyable process. And everything in here is just fun and splashy and surprising, really. I feel pleasantly surprised by this palette. I went in kind of intimidated and I'm coming out pleasantly surprised. I'm enjoying this over these guys. If you look up close at my skin, you see a little sparkle flake, but they would show more if they were applied really opaque. Like maybe some people are doing a little like swipe around the eye or something more costumey with it. This is adorable not an essential, but like if you're looking for one small cute piece of this collection, again, I think these two are very nice together. But I'm gonna finish up the eye and then we have some lip stuff to chat about. Look how things really are popping now that I've got the mascara on. I really didn't want to do a big liner thing. I just loved how the lids were looking so much. I didn't want to cover anything up, but I did just take a little bit of this ABH glider. This is a great shade that I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of use out of. It's called Graphite Glow. Charcoal, like near black, but it's got a sheen to it. And I just smudged a little bit of that on like the outer half of the lash line, and I thought that gave some nice softened depth there. And then I used my Laura Geller Kajal Longwear Mascara up top and e.l.f. Lash Extender on the bottom. And then I think we've got to try on these lip combos. So we've got this one, The Ocean Will Be Mine. It's Ursula's. It's a lippy stick, so kind of like their skinny lipstick type of product there, and a lippy pencil. And then this one with Ariel on it is called Part of Your World. Got a red. They went for major pops of color here. Let's try the red first. I'm gonna put on the lippy sticks. I haven't used one of these in a while. Oh, transferring down with so much color. I wiped off the lip glaze stuff, lip oil. These remind me of a Superstay Matte Ink Crayon. Super pigmented, but super thin. That shade's called Princess Ariel, and there is some detailing kind of on the cap there. You've got the little like seaweed and shells and coral and stuff. Wandering free. Just, you know, you don't need a lot of this liner. You can just kind of neaten it up. That's my plan here. But it perfectly coordinates with the lipstick. What do we think of red lip paired with that kind of eye? You tell me. Is it fun? Wiping it off. I feel like I'm gonna like the berry lip combo at least alongside this eye a little better. Villainous Ursula. Love this color. The lippy pencils are just kind of like a matte lipstick type of formula. Oh, that's so pretty, and I do like that better with the eye. Poor Souls, the lip liner. Again, you can use this to just kind of play cleanup. Or you could coat this on first. But that's just, you know, a perfectly coordinating lip liner shade. I just think you have so much control with the lippy sticks that the lippy pencil is almost optional. But just so you know, that's part of what's being offered here. So again, my tip top pieces, I like the palette, the mirror. This is cutesy for the kind of the collectors out here or somebody who just wants one piece, some little thing. And I like the berry lip combo. But I had to swipe it off because Buxom has put out some new lip liners. It says new Power Line Pout Sculpt Lip Pencil. So the other ones were called Power Line 2. The ones that have like that thicker tip, which I liked. It's almost like a teardrop shape. And then the other end is a brush. Like, are they taking those away? I'm not sure. Buxom's new Powerline Pout Sculpt Lip Pencil, ultimate tool for mastering the art of sculpted statement-making lips. All-day waterproof, transfer-proof wear. We'll check the transfer-proof claim. Here's a look at the shade range. They just say pops, pinks, and contour. So these do look like sharpenable pencils, okay? And I don't have every shade, but I do have just some. So I'm gonna take this shaded taupe and let's use the portrait pink, which seems a little lighter. I'm gonna put the portrait pink all over and then see how I can kind of contour the lips with the other. Just given the time I have left up here, I don't think I'm gonna get to everything, but maybe in a short video or a future video we can highlight some of the others. So I'm filling in with portrait pink, standard looking pencil, and the glide seems nice. It's not too slick, like, okay, how is this ever gonna set? I could see that this could be a product that lays down and sets. So there I've got that soft pink lip. That might be my favorite looking thing yet, paired with this eye, actually. Things are a little messy on the outside of the lip line given what I've had to remove so far. It does not want to transfer off. It's not even rubbing off. That's pretty quick to set. So I'm not sure how well this is going to go on with it, but I'm just kind of seeing like, what do you do? It's not like you have to use these with one another. It could just be that they're trying to give a collection that encompasses some more neutrals. But I'm just kind of like working it in on the outside, fading, blending it in. Not gonna lie, I wouldn't really recommend this approach. I think you kind of got to pick one given how fast they set. Like if you were going to use this type of shade, I would say use it, start with it, and then maybe blend in a creamy lipstick on top. Work with a different texture, but just kind of pick one of these. I can tell it's even setting on my finger, the finger I used to blend it. So more to come on these Buxoms. I'll let you know if I notice what's happening with the original Buxom Power Line lip liner. So I'm taking some of this lip oil over top. Is this going to likely mess with the staying power of the lip liners? Probably. But I want to see some shine with this look. So guys, that is my finished look with some products I was kind of slow to use, feeling a little skeptical. I did find several things that I enjoyed in the Ariel collection. Like I said, I think the palette, the mirror, those are maybe my top things. The green tinted powder, let me know if you've tried this and you have a real redness need and how you like to use it, and if you think like that's an important step of the routine. I just don't think I really need to be using that on a day-to-day basis. Moisture Boost Spray, I think definitely did what it said it was going to do, but I don't know that it made me love the look of my makeup anymore with it on. From a distance, yes. When I come in close, maybe it's just because I'm noticing all the little glitters on my cheeks and stuff. This is to be continued. But thank you guys for your time, everyone. I hope you had fun with this look. I really turned out to have a blast with the eyes. It's making me want to play with some more of my fun palettes. So thank you guys. I will see you again soon. I love you. Bye.